you cyberpunks and retro nerds out there? You got Tommy the Hammer coming at you guys again with another episode of Neon Trash. Today I thought we would check out the movie May. Why not? It's the month of May. This film is directed by Lucky McKee. I remember watching this movie in the early 2000s, way back in the day, and thought it was quite creative. I haven't watched it since. You guys know this routine. Check out that motherfucking trailer. Peep that shit, guys, and when we get back, you're gonna know Tommy the Hammer's opinion on May.
You know how when you meet someone and you think you like them, but then the more you talk to them, you see parts you don't like?
Everyone always thought May was different.
Jesus, what are you doing? Relaxing. Doesn't it hurt? Ow! You crazy bitch!
But really, she was just misunderstood.
I need a real friend. Someone I can hold. Don't be mad.
Then, one day, May met Adam.
Hello?
The boy I saw today is different.
So what do you do, May?
I work at the animal hospital.
When I left for vacation, my dog had 4 legs. You can't sew it back on, can you?
I could. Some people think it's kind of gross.
I love gross.
Really?
And she thought he liked her just the way she was.
Oh, I'm bleeding. May, this is weird.
You like weird.
Not that weird.
But May's new friend turned out to be just like everyone else.
I'm sorry things didn't work out between us. It just didn't feel right.
So many pretty parts, no pretty holes.
So May decided to make a friend of her own.
I need more parts. You have a beautiful neck. I love your tattoo. Can I get a few more measurements? I love your hands. You have really beautiful legs. You're gonna look perfect.
May.
This was spectacular to check out after all these years, and it definitely hasn't lost any of its potency. One of the things that struck me back in the day about this film was its overall artful nature. The director, Lucky McKee, he really kind of takes his time setting up these characters and reveling in the world that they live in. The character of May is definitely a flawed individual. She didn't have exactly the best childhood growing up. It definitely has this kind of Alfred Hitchcock, Dario Argento vibe to the overall execution. And as a matter of fact, one of the main characters in this movie here is a huge Argento fan. He's reading books about the director, he's watching movies like Trauma, and even, his house has posters of Argento's work. So clearly, director Lucky McKee is a huge fan of Italian movies, and I can't say that I blame him. I'm a huge fan of those movies as well. I thought the soundtrack to this movie was absolutely stellar. Most of it is very moody, fuzzy, lo-fi, indie folk rock that sometimes verges into the abstract, something that you might see when you watch an Italian giallo film. This right here is the perfect embodiment of early 2000s American horror. Actress Anna Faris is in this movie, and it's clearly after her stint in the original Scary Movie. I've always been a huge fan of her as an actress and a comedian, but right here, her character is nuanced. She's not a good person whatsoever, and she's kind of toxic in her own way. She's infatuated with the character of May. She wants to be with her, but at the same time, she's kind of loosey-goosey about who she's getting with, how she treats other people around her. She really sinks her teeth into the character and gives it her all. And this movie does not pull any punches. In terms of the shock value and the gore, it's definitely top tier. When you're this invested with the characters, the cinematography, the music, and what's going on overall on the film, then maybe its shortcomings can be easily overlooked, at least for this guy right here. It reminds me of the art films, or at least the more artistic art films of the 1980s and the 1990s. There's moments where it feels like David Lynch, then there's other moments where it feels like, you know, Italian horror movies like, you know, Lucio Fulci or Dario Argento. But it's wholly American, and I like that about it too, because it revels in these characters, it revels in the appreciation of the genre, and not once does it ever feel cynical or like it's making fun of the genre. I think I could give the movie May out of 10 stars. I'm going to go ahead and give it, at this juncture, a solid 7.5 or flat 8 out of 10. I would have loved to watch this movie with a group of people, because I feel like all the differing opinions would really lend itself to the overall review. I hope I've been informative, guys. Until the next time, tune in to Neon Motherfucking Trash. Good night, folks. Cheers.